Hi everyone, this is a little bit different from my normal videos, but this is an excerpt from my weekly meetings that we do with my monthly membership, which is more about driving traffic, just specifically. It's not marketing so much, it's just traffic to your website, to your Etsy shop, to wherever. So we talk about that kind of thing. And today I talked about Microsoft Clarity, which is a service that has been around for a while, but I just installed it a couple days ago. And I wish I had installed it before because it is so much fun. So this is a walkthrough of Microsoft Clarity. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. But this, like I said, is from my monthly membership. And if you're interested in that, I'll leave the link to sign up below. But I hope this helps. If you have a website, if you can install this, it's a really good tool and it's free. And we like that. Okay, so take a look and let me know what you think. Okay, basically this has been around for a while. This is Microsoft Clarity. It's a free tool, and for some reason they never suggested it to me, and I don't know if I just had never paid attention to the Bing webmaster tools or not. I'm going to share my screen and show you what this is, and I think that this is my webmaster tools. This is for my cake website. Now, search engines hate this website. I get most of my traffic from Pinterest. They detest this website. They hate it because I loaded everything up on it on the same day. So it looks like I'm AI spamming, the internet and the whole thing. So, but I get decent traffic from Pinterest, but not from search engines. But I'm in Bing Webmaster Tools right now. And I wanted to see if tools and enhancements, it's not that. Oh, here it is, Microsoft Clarity. Okay, so I was on here, a few days ago, and I was looking under the recommendations tab, and I just submitted my site for another scan. I fixed all this stuff, I think, so don't worry about that. So I'm not worried about any of this. But up at the top, there was a banner that said, you need to sign up for Microsoft Clarity. And I was like, well, what is that? And it is a free tool that it's so much fun. Okay. It's a free tool that shows you heat maps and tracking of what people are actually doing while they're on your site. And if people are clicking on things and the links don't work, it lets you know. I'm going to go over to this website, and this is my favorite part, rage clicks. Okay. Rage clicks apparently, and if you hover over this, it tells you it's if somebody's going, like tap, 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 and really banging on their screen or clicking, that's considered a rage click. And I love that term. Okay, but then dead click, this is very useful. So dead clicks are if somebody is clicking and nothing happens. Okay, so it could be that they're tapping on a picture that's not hyperlinked to somewhere and it's just an image and it doesn't go anywhere. It could be that they're tapping on a link that's dead and it doesn't take them anywhere. So that's really good to know. And the one thing I would say about this is that you do have to kind of go and watch what's going on so you can see what the reality check is, because I had a whole bunch of things that said rage clicks. And what it was somebody clicking the same part of the screen to get rid of all of the cookies, like the cookie settings that pop up and say, choose your cookie settings. And they're just like turning buttons off. And it was the same part of the screen. So it looked like they were clicking the same part of the screen over and over, but it was really different buttons. So you do have to go on and look. But this tells you if they're live users, you can actually watch people while they're on your site. That's a little creepy. And I tried this and it's not 100% accurate. This is not everyone that's on your site, because I got a lot more traffic than this in the last 3 days. So they're just recording a segment of the people that come to your site so that you can see what they're doing. But this gives you a lot of really good information. And I just saw this about an hour ago that it had gone live, and I installed the code on my site about 2 days ago. So it took a couple of days to catch up and actually start collecting information. But this is so good. Okay, so you can go down. It does not collect personal information like names and addresses and stuff. I don't know about IP addresses, because you can block some IP addresses. If you go into the settings, you can go down here, you can take a little tour and see what everything is, but you can block specific IP addresses so that it won't collect the information from that IP address. So if you want to exclude yourself, you can do that. And to set this up, go to Bing or go to Microsoft Clarity. It's clarity.microsoft.com. And just see if you can install it on your website. And if you have a website where you can put something into the header code, you should be able to install it. Like I said, it does take a couple of days to show up. And this has been around for a while. There are a lot of videos on YouTube. I went over to YouTube to see, and just be careful because a lot of them seem to be people selling classes about how to use it. But there are a series of videos from Microsoft that show you how to use it, so you shouldn't have to pay for to learn how to use this. Just watch Microsoft's videos, and that's really all we're going to need. This shows like how, on average, how far do people scroll down the page on your site. This is really good because if you have your email sign up and it's at the end of every single one of your pages, you might want to put it up at the top just as if, because people are going a little less than halfway through the page on my site. And this is all averages, right? But still, you want to make sure that the important things you want people to click on are up toward the front of your site, if that's what's going on. If it's 100%, everybody's going through the entire page, then that's fine. This is pretty good. 1.8 minutes that they're spending actively on my site. And active time is when your website is in front of them and not hidden by another tab, or they've walked away and there's nothing going on the screen. But the fun part of this, okay, first of all, we have free, and this is all free, that you don't have to pay for this. You have heat maps, which are going to show this right now. All of my gingerbread house articles are doing really well, obviously, because it's a week before Christmas and it's that time of year, it's very seasonal. But if I click on this, it's going to show me where people are actually clicking. If I scroll down here, see, they're coming to the site and they're clicking on the gingerbread house part of the menu. Okay. So I know that that's like the top, that's where most people are clicking gingerbread houses. And then they're going through, I don't know what this is, too. It says you can view the recordings of it where they clicked on it. But this got 7 clicks right up in this area. And I have noticed that some of these I'll show you a video. Some of these are not 100% on where the piece was clicked, but it's in that general area, I think. But if you scroll down, you'll start seeing, like, see this, somebody tapped that. I don't think they clicked it. I think that that's where somebody like hit it with their finger or something. But see, they're clicking through to this little ad that goes to my Amazon affiliate page. So that's good. They're clicking this link. I don't know why people have to click on a link for licorice sticks. Maybe they're like, what is that? And they're going to see it. I don't know. But this will tell you. And so I think one of these, let me scroll down. One of these was a photo that is not linked to anything, and people were clicking on it. It's not that one. It was after this. It's this. See, this got 3 clicks. That's not a click that picture doesn't go to anything. So I might want to go in there and link that picture to something else on the site, or to the thing about chocolate covered pretzels. I don't know. But if you know that people are clicking somewhere, that's one of the dead clicks that they mentioned. If they're clicking there and nothing is happening, then you might want to use that to your advantage to make something happen. And you want to obviously keep it, you don't want it to go to a different article or something like that. But it has to be a click that would make sense. And they might just be looking at the picture closer. I don't know. But you want to make sure that that's working too, because I'm not sure on this site, if they click the picture, does that enlarge it? I don't know. So that's the kind of thing I would go in and check. So those are the heat maps. And the one thing to keep in mind is that when you go back, if I just click back on heat maps or go back here, sometimes it takes you completely out of it. I've been messing with this. Okay, I guess I can just X that out. Yeah, if you take off the filter, then it'll go back to the page. But if you go back, sometimes it keeps the filters on. So just watch up here to see if you have anything filtered. But you can go down and look and see the heat maps of where are people tapping. Like this one is a template for gingerbread lighthouses, and they scroll through, and then as soon as they hit the template, they click that, and then that's the end. So that's when they leave. They're not reading the rest of the article. They're not looking at anything. And that makes sense, because they're just there they're looking at the pictures and saying, okay, this looks good. And then here's the template. I want to download that. And that's all they need. So this is just really good information about how people are using your website. Let me go back to the dashboards. So what I would be looking at here, like I'm going to go in and look at dead clicks to see what are they clicking on that's not working, because it might be a link that I need to fix, or it might be, like I said, a photo that could be linked to something else. It's just interesting to see it. Like if you see a lot of people clicking on photos and nothing is happening, they think that the photos are clickable, and so maybe you should make them clickable. And I'm not sure where that would go, but that's up to you to figure that out. Yeah, but I mean, it's good information. And then if you go to recordings, this is the creepy part. Okay. And you do have to put disclosures on your website because of this. And I went in and changed my privacy policy on both of my sites just to make sure that I use Microsoft Clarity. It does not collect personal information, but I can see what actions are taken on it, that kind of thing, right? And they do give you some suggested language. I think if you go to settings and where is it? Setup, is it setup or tour? On one of these, it's on the tour. Yeah, in here, it has add site and privacy disclosures. I click through and it gives you suggested language that you can copy and paste onto your site just to let people know that you're going to use, you're going to be tracking not their you're tracking activities. You're not tracking them specifically personally, but you can see where people are from and you can see where they come from. So you do need to put disclosures on your site, but I do want to go back to the recordings because this is the creepy part. Okay, this says no users online now. When someone comes online, it may or may not start recording their session just so that you can see what they're doing. But this is a good short one. Let's see, 0 clicks. This one has 1 click and it's 31 seconds long. So let's play this. Okay, so this person has come. See, now they get the consent and they have to click off. So this here shows a little click. That shows the click. That's the only place they clicked. But this shows what they're doing. They're on a mobile device and the little orange dots are their finger touching the screen and actually scrolling through. So they're just doing this. That's how I go to a website, right? But you can see where they hesitate and read. You can see where they leave. You can see how long they're on the site. I only click. I'm going to find one that's a little bit longer. There was one on here. This is probably the same article. Okay, so they came from, and you can look over here, they came from Pinterest. Okay, so this person came from Pinterest and they're just scrolling to see what's going on. And you can also, I think this is helpful too, because then you can see where the ads are on your site. Because a lot of times if you have ads, they don't look the same to you as they do to other people. And I can see right here that ad right up at the top is kind of blocking the screen, which is not a big deal to me because I don't have the ads that fly in from the side and come up from the bottom and do all that kind of stuff. So to me, this looks okay as far as how many ads there are to irritate people. It doesn't look like I'm going to be irritating anyone, and they can get rid of it by hitting that little up triangle, right? So I find that very useful just as someone who's looking at the site to see if it looks like there's too many ads, because I don't like ads completely blocking your screen. So this person is just scrolling through. They're not clicking anything. Let me see. And then they get to the bottom and they click back to Pinterest and that was it. Okay. So 0 clicks on that one. And you can screen this if you want to filter it. Let's see. If you do filters, you can go in and you can select the day of the week. You can select the time period. You can just, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this. And it's very interesting. And I actually went in and looked at a couple things on my website because of the information that I was getting from this. And I changed a couple of things already. But this is number one, don't make this be a time suck, because you can go in and start watching things. It's like when you first get Google Analytics or Search Console and you check it all the time. Don't let it be that, but definitely go in. If you can install it on your site, go in and look at it and see what's going on. And like I said, they're not recording every single person, but it's enough that you can get a pretty good picture about, like, if one article is being hit a lot, you can go and see if there's similarities between different people using the same clicks, the same places they're touching on the article. And like I said, I think the most important, interesting thing is the dead clicks. And if somebody's clicking on something and they think that it should be clickable and it's not, then you need to figure out why or what to do about it, because that's frustrating for people and you don't want your customers to be frustrated. All right, so I just wanted to show that, and we can talk about that next. So that's it.